Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Taking On Sports Podcast. As always, this is a podcast made by the fans for the fans. We want to hear from you guys, the fans. Packed show tonight. Let's get the boys in here. As always, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon. Here's Barrett with the face paint and Seth rolling in. We got a packed show tonight.
Ends up.
Like absolute, I don't know. This is probably the most packed show we'll probably ever have. Probably not.
No.
I don't know. But we're going to start off with let me get this going here for you. All right. NFL updates, trades, news, and injuries. So we got a couple injuries to report, unfortunately, for Barrett's fantasy football team in the dynasty. Excuse me.
And elimination.
Breece Hall goes down with a season-ending knee injury. That is just crazy unfortunate, man. I hate to see that shit. That's a huge loss for the Jets, but they also acquired James Robinson from the Jaguars for a sixth, a conditional fifth. He only needs 600 yards rushing. I think he only needs like 340 yards left, somewhere around that area. So promising for them right there. But
hey, that did open the door for your boy Olave for Offensive Rookie of the Year because Breece Hall had that locked up. I mean, he was top 10 in yards rushing already, touchdowns. Now your boy has a chance.
No, he doesn't. Kenneth Walker is easily Offensive Rookie of the Year now.
Okay, Kenneth got a late start. He got a late
start. Chris Olave is going off right now.
Chris Olave is top 10, tied with Mike Williams at 10th for receiving yards.
Yeah. So. Put the respect on Olave's name, Seth.
You know, 2 of the top 4 receivers in leading receiving yards are on the Dolphins.
Whew. Thanks to Skylar Thompson.
What?
Yeah.
Skylar stinks, dude.
If it wasn't for Skylar, you guys wouldn't be up there.
No.
But a couple other interesting points. J.C. Jackson for the Chargers is also done for the season. Terrible injury, ripped his patella tendon. The thing probably shot up halfway up his leg. That's a nasty injury to get right there, man. It's unfortunate for him. First year with the Chargers. Returning, T.J. Watt has returned to practice. He's not off the IR yet. He's still on the IR, but he has returned to practice. Expected to come off the IR next week.
Tell him, Flint.
Oh, what? Flint, you're going down this week. I just want you to know that.
I was really looking at my mic settings. I only saw the first sentence.
With your butt buddies, Mahomes and Kelsey on the bye.
Oh man.
All right, here we go. A couple other ones. We didn't get to talk about this last week because I think it happened like Thursday or Friday, right after we got off the show. Christian McCaffrey goes to the 49ers for a second, third, fourth, and next year fifth. Or is it third, fourth? Yeah. Second, third, fourth, fifth, leaving the 49ers with no picks available in the draft.
Pretty much.
They have a sixth and a seventh next year. That's it.
Wow. I mean, it's good for them.
For a quarterback instead of a running back, honestly.
Well, sorry. I got distracted. Yeah, they should have traded for damn it. They definitely should have traded for a quarterback, but Christian McCaffrey is the next piece if Trey Lance can come back next year and dominate. But who knows? I personally don't think Trey Lance was going to be that guy anyways. So I think they're going to be making another trade. They're going to be trading players to get a quarterback next year.
I got to disagree. I think they think Trey Lance is the man. They're going to load the roster up around him. He's got that rookie contract, big arm mobility. He's a talented player, but he's young. So you got to just wheel 49 or get the wheel that there's no way Jimmy G's on that roster next year. Dude's a clown. It's awful watching him play every Sunday when the 49ers are on TV. So get him out. Trey Lance season.
Trey Lance season, huh?
Yeah.
I mean it's obvious. They want to win this year, though. They know that Jimmy G is done. This is last year. they see the horizon with Trey Lance, and it's not very bright. In fact, there's a cliff where they just go into nothingness in the next few years, unless Trey Lance just like balls out. But like, I mean, they got Debo, they got everyone now with what's his face, Jimmy G. So I don't know.
They have one of the top defenses in the league right now, which is pretty promising for them.
With all the guys
They've been torched the last 2 games.
That's true. With all the guys they're paying / have to pay, there's no way that they go and get a veteran quarterback on a big deal. I think they know that Trey Lance is going to be their guy. So there it is.
There it
I
is.
mean, I'm all for
the Saints.
Nah, the big rumor is Ryan Tannehill right now.
Oh,
whoa!
That's what's going around the Twitterverse when I scroll for like 4 hours at 9 p.m. and just literally just browse through Twitter and follow every lead I can find. Right now, the consensus is Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, this guy also said that DJ Moore is going to get traded, and he's not. So
I didn't expect Carolina. I didn't expect Carolina to come around and be like, DJ Moore's a cornerstone for us. It's like, you clowns. He's got a lot of trade value, and you're looking to sell the house, and you're not going to offer DJ Moore up? Clowns. Absolute clowns.
Also, clown in the chat. Sean David Villard, he's not happy with any quarterback that goes to the Saints because he was babied with over 10 years of amazing quarterback play. So, from Drew Brees. Damn Saints fan.
Yeah, he'll never be satisfied with anybody. Win or go home with him. It's like, dude doesn't understand a rebuild year. Whatever. All right, here we go. Some other news. Robert Quinn today got traded to the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. The Bears, this is an interesting point right here. The Bears are paying Robert Quinn's salary this year, making him only the league minimum for the Eagles. But next year, Philly takes on a $14 million cap hit and a $13 million cap hit in 2024. That's a huge cap hit for Robert Quinn this year.
Eagles are all in, dude.
Or for next year, excuse me. Yeah, this move right here tells me they're all in. And Dan Orlovsky came out earlier today and said that it is make or break for the Eagles now acquiring Robert Quinn.
Yeah. Now, my thoughts on this are I don't really know who wins this trade because you got a good pass rusher for a late round pick, but Ross isn't really what he used to be. Maybe he could turn it up, the pressure on inside, like from Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, and those guys to be on the Eagles. But he's regressing from years past. Me and Vance.
Oh.
He's regressing from years past. So the Bears, I think, missed out on an opportunity to get max value from him when he had 18.5 sacks that year. And also, they do eat the contract, but Philly's going to be stuck with that thing for the next 2 years. And I think he's on the decline as far as star player potential goes. So, I mean, maybe he turns it around, but he was kind of regressing in his time in Chicago. And that may just be the scheme or whatever. So, we'll have to – that's a wait and see who wins. But I don't think either team really there.
I mean, you can't ever go wrong with a 4th-round pick.
I mean, just look at it. Do you think
that's Bailey Zappi,
4th round
dude.
pick's going to make any impact in the next couple of years with the Eagles on like a Robert Quinn would? I mean, they're already 6-0. Like they just want to keep adding if they can. Fuck it. Fuck those picks.
That's what they did with Robert Quinn.
Speaking of the Saints picks, y'all don't even have a 1st round because it's to the Eagles. Like. Y'all, Saints are going to suck. They're going to get a top 5 pick, which is going to go to the Eagles, who are going to be like in the NFC Championship or something. Like, that is crazy.
That clown-ass Saints, man.
Yep.
Ooh, that's like Miami finishing, with 10 wins and then having a top 3 pick. I mean, that's just crazy.
And then drafting Tua with it. No, just kidding.
No, that's the pick we traded to San Fran.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That was the Texans.
Yeah, New Orleans not looking in a great position right now. They're going to have to go out and get a quarterback in free agency market next year. Or they're just. I mean, we did sign Jameis to a 2-year deal, so right now Andy Dalton is starting. Jameis Winston is healthy, and they're choosing to start Andy Dalton. which tells me they're kind of losing faith in Jameis. I mean, Andy Dalton gets the offense moving. He throws for a lot of yards. He gets touchdowns. He had 2 unfortunate picks last week that kind of fucked him, and then one was absolutely his fault, but 2 were kind of
Man,
right?
I
mean,
that.
when Marquez Callaway literally gets doinked in the face with the ball, that's like
right.
You can give him that one, but the other 2 are his fault.
The other 2 were his fault. But no, I saw a great meme the other day. Brian Robinson, he got shot, missed 4 games, and Michael Thomas has missed more games than
that dude's
Brian
missed more
Robinson
games with fucking turf toe.
With some whatever injury, man. What is happening? What is happening to Mike T? Does he just not want to play again because they're 2-5?
I don't think he wants to play for the Saints again, and that's why he's not really taking his injury seriously and rehabbing it properly. I mean, you got to remember, the dude last year waited till right before the season kicked off to have surgery, put him out for the whole season. And then reports are coming out that he didn't rehab worth a damn the whole time he had the injury post-surgery. And now he played 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the NFL this year and is already out again. And there's no significant time frame for him to come back. He did not practice again today, and he's not playing this week. And it's not looking good next week. Jarvis just has something going on, man. He's got a lingering injury right now that's just kind of messing with him.
Mike T stole millions, dude. That's just
$19 million a year to not play.
The life.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just can't stand that shit. But we'll move on to Dallas Cowboys get depth, adding defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins. Yeah, it's alleged he's going to be a starter for them.
Solid pickup.
Just a big body, big run stuffer. I mean, Dallas has had a little bit of trouble stopping the run. That may be the big flaw in their defense, so that's all that is.
I mean, that's what the deadline is for, right? Tanking teams to trade and good teams to add depth. I mean, that's what you're doing. And obviously adding star players every now and then. But these good teams, you just got to add depth. I mean, the season is long and full of terrors. You never know. So Miami just lost Brandon Jones, starting safety, ACL, out for the year. Like this just happens. It happens.
Exactly.
One weird little tidbit here is Mr. Unlimited, Danger Russ, Broncos country, let's ride. Danger Witch, Danger Russ out here. Mr. Nickname Galore was doing workouts mid-flight, 8-hour flight over to London, right? This dude's in the row, 4 hours, doing high knees, probably throwing around that fucking Russell Wilson football up and down the plane, being an absolute goober, man. If you're one of the players for the Broncos and it's like he's not producing and you're not winning, at this point you kind of got to be annoyed with the dumb shit he's doing, right?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Why is it news? Because you paid a quarterback $250 million to win you games, and he sucked. I mean, let's just put it straight up. You have a good team around you, and he sucks. And now the Broncos reportedly they may go into a sell mode if they lose this week versus the Jags.
Yeah, and they're talking about firing the head coach. I've seen that in talking points today. Shout out to the Cowboy fan, Jackson. But, Nathaniel, if they lose, Daniel Hackett could get fired. And then Bradley Chubb. Oh, man, wouldn't he be just a monster on some contending teams? Maybe Miami. I don't know. Or the Cowboys.
There's also a rumor that New Orleans is interested in trading for Bradley Chubb. Since we're not getting any pass rush, and the Broncos are allegedly shopping him.
Well, Bradley Chubb would want to go to a contender. So.
Seeing that New Orleans was interested, well, he didn't have a choice. Seeing how New Orleans was interested in Bradley Chubb kind of gave me a little chub.
McCarthy gets canned week 13. I mean, what? For some reason I was thinking he was on the Packers. McCarthy's not going to get canned, dude. Jerry Jones literally has like a room for McCarthy when he like gets wasted after a game. He goes into the boss's house and hangs out and passes out there. He is not going to get fired anytime soon. I just don't
But
think so.
So get the Broncos, who took Bradley Chubb, who takes Bradley Chubb in that draft over a man. I may be getting my information wrong, so kind of a clown, but I'm pretty sure that was the same draft as Josh Allen. They took Bradley Chubb over Josh Allen and proceeded to sign Case Keenum to that couple-year deal, and now you're getting rid of him. So how much of a obviously all the passed on Josh Allen and the Mahomes and all these guys are looking like clowns, but it's like
there's a lot of people that look like clowns. But the biggest clown are the Bears, who traded up past those guys to get Trubisky. That was the worst.
That was a year later. So the Bradley Chubb was selected 5th in that draft, and there's guys behind him that were like, Quentin Nelson, Josh Allen, Roquan, Mike McGlinchey. The GOAT, Josh Rosen, for Pete's sake, Minka Fitzpatrick, all these guys.
Way to throw that one in there, Vance. Huh?
I just want to get that one, one in.
In that wild, just the course of picking the wrong guy in one draft changes your team for 10, 15 years to come.
Especially if it's a quarterback. And that's what we were talking about last week. Those quarterback-starved teams are going to do what they can to trade up and to take the guy that they think is going to change the franchise for the next 15 years. That's what the Patriots did. They didn't have to reach for Mac Jones. He kind of fell there. But all those teams, the Niners, I guess, wanted a young guy, and they traded all those picks. It didn't happen that much last year, I know, because I guess the quarterbacks, I thought there was going to be more, but only Kenny Pickett went first. But I'm telling you, man, they know. They start talking to each other, and they start, this organization wants this guy. We got to move up. And then, oh, shit, they're going to try to move up. And then boom, boom, boom. If these quarterbacks are that good in college, and that's going to happen next year. So –
hey, swinging right into Kenny Pickett, what do we think about the Pittsburgh quarterback situation? Do you continue to ride Pickett and just let him get beat down all regular season? Or you go to a Mason Rudolph, or you go to the Mitchell Trubisky, which you brought in for 2 years? What do you think?
Listen.
Pickett's an interception machine.
This is he's a rookie, and he has the hardest schedule in the NFL. The hardest schedule in the NFL, and he's a rookie. This is a character building year. Let him suck it up this year. We all got to remember Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions his rookie year, still holds that record. Maybe Pickett's going for a record this year. Who knows?
It happened missing.
This is a character building year. Now listen, I agree. Mason Rudolph is solid, but someone put out a tweet the other day about Mason Rudolph being, 2-2 or something during this stage when he got the starts a couple of years ago. So that was a good O-line back then. It was an old O-line, but it was still good. And that was that defense entering its prime, right? All that defense was still kind of young. They just drafted a rookie, Devin Bush. Very good. Minka Fitzpatrick coming off one of his hottest years. TJ Watt coming in, absolutely dominating. They had all the good corners out there. Mike, I can't remember his name. When he was solid, 1 year. That was that year Mason Rudolph was out there. That was a good defense with a good O-line. Kenny Pickett's not in that good of a situation. Bad O-line. Defense is regressing already. Without TJ Watt on the field, that defense is not top-notch. Minka Fitzpatrick is Minka Fitzpatrick. That dude is incredible to watch. He's a ball hawk. He's always on the tackle. Their corners are burnt toast right now. Their strong safety is garbage can. They got two good linebackers and Miles Jack and Devin Bush, and then they have Hayward on the D line. Other than that, without TJ Watt, that defense can't really do much to help him. And
you just gave me a bunch of big names, stars.
I think I know a lot about the Steelers for some reason.
No defense is going to have 5, 6, 7 guys that you can be like, that's a household name. But you just gave me 4 guys on the Steelers defense that's a household name.
I wouldn't consider Devin Bush and Miles Jack household names yet. They're good, but they're not game changers on the defense side. Minka Fitzpatrick's a game changer. Casey Hayward's a game changer. TJ Watt is a game changer.
Yeah.
I don't
know any others.
Defense is a
and then you go to their offensive side. Najee Harris is having a down year. Chase Claypool is not what we thought Chase Claypool was going to be. Deontay Johnson is starting to pick it up, but he started off slow this year. George Pickens, that dude's going to be a fucking monster for years to come. He is making just absolutely incredible catches, and he's going to be very, very good going forward. And then you go down the depth chart. I mean, who's their best offensive lineman right now?
Well, that's what they're going to have to draft when they have this shit record.
They're going to have to work on O-line. Seth froze on us.
Yeah. I mean, just start Kenny Pickett, eat the losses, get a good draft pick, draft like 2 offensive line. You don't need the receivers. You have Najee Harris. He's having a bad year, but the O-line sucks. And the defense is fine. Trade Najee? No way.
No, this is straight Cowboys fandom right here. He wants Jaylen Warren to get carries and then get James Washington back. That's OSU fandom right there. He thinks 3 OSU players do good. The only person for OSU that's going to be doing good is going to be Chuba Hubbard when he takes over that starting role from Dante Foreman. That's where I'm at with it. All right, hopefully Seth can join us real quick because we're about to hop into quarterback controversy.
Cowboys are not the best, Jackson. They're a good team, but they are not the best.
All right, let's
stick around. I'll tell you who's the best later.
Let's see if Seth rejoins us here soon. All right, Barrett, we're going to start off with this one. Are you going Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones? Who should be the Patriot for the starters going forward? Mac Jones is selected like 15th overall in last year's draft, and then Bailey Zappi, 4th round draft pick this year.
Based on what I have seen, and it's not like I've watched only a handful of Patriot games from start to finish. I like Bailey Zappi, man. He just has a rip on the ball. He makes some mistakes against the Bears. Mac Jones is just, I don't know, man. Mac Jones can run it. He can escape too, but just from what I've seen, I like Bailey Zappi. And what's hurting Mac Jones to me is that dude's kind of a dirty player, man. Like the past 2 years, last year and this year, man, he's had some weird, dirty plays. There's a couple things last year, and then like already this year. Oh, he did the ankle twist last year, and then the way he's been sliding, like there was one slide that it looked like he tried to kick a guy. Then the next slide is he kicked dude in the balls. I'm just not a Mac Jones fan, man. I just don't like that dude.
So we do I'm just throwing some stuff out there. Mac Jones was in the NFL top 100. I know there's a couple guys that should have been in there. Mac Jones is 85th. Mac Jones also led the Patriots to a 10-7 record with a playoff appearance and a Pro Bowl. And Bailey Zappi is 2-1. That's all we got so far. He throws a beautiful deep ball, and he's 2-1. But he struggles. Bailey Zappi struggles short range passing. He throws a beautiful mid to deep range ball. I mean, you're talking anywhere from 22 to 40 yards.
It doesn't count. It does not count.
Bailey Zappi is a beautiful, beautiful deep ball right there. How does that Pro Bowl not count?
Because he was
like a fifth alternate.
Yeah, it was like Josh Allen, Mahomes,
he still got
it. And then whoever the third one was, that's the Pro Bowl. Even if Tua makes it as a backup, Tua shouldn't be considered a Pro Bowl. Because it's always going to be Allen, Mahomes, and then one other guy. And if Tua or Mac Jones was that guy, then it counts. But if you're not the third guy, no, whoever's behind, no.
See, yeah, I've switched. I've officially switched to, if you like, when you talk about good players, I don't want to hear Pro Bowl nonsense. I want to hear all pro nominations. That's where you know who's good, because there's no, this guy went gritty to the end zone from 50 yards out. That's awesome. So it's like Pro Bowl's where it's at because it's voted on. Injuries don't matter. That's a real accolade to me. The Pro Bowl is just kind of haha funny, whatever. This guy who's 10th best in the AFC got in because these guys didn't want to play. We're playing fucking flag football next year, which I like as an addition. Don't get me wrong.
No.
It's better than watching. But when you want to look at some of these accolades and see what they really are, go to All Pros. go to MVPs, go to the trophies and the accolades that matter. That's
as soon as social media started, that's when you should cut off Pro Bowls. Yeah, I don't remember. I still remember voting for the Pro Bowl on NFL.com in like early 2000s still, but even then it wasn't. No one sat out. No one sat out still, unless they were truly injured. But yeah, all pro from here on out, dude.
Seth, are you going Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones going forward?
It is Mac Jones going to be the starter.
Yeah,
right?
He's the starter. He is going to start again.
We may talk about Prescott. I don't know.
Ain't much to talk about, man. Sorry,
We're not talking about Prescott. There's
What?
There's no quarterback controversy between Dak and
Prescott or Cooper. Cooper
No,
Kush, dude. What are you talking about?
No, you don't pay a guy $40 million in the first year of that contract. Bench him for a dude named Cooper Rush.
Who do you think? Who do you think, Jackson? Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott?
Obviously, Pat Prescott. But
Yeah.
I personally, if I'm running that team, apparently left a sour taste in people's mouth that this is Mac Jones went in and got benched. So I'm going to run Mac on the field. I don't think, if I'm the Patriots GM, I don't think I have the team to compete after seeing my team get blown out by the Bears. So, I mean, it's honestly just one of those, we're going to play it week by week and see what we got. But in this offseason, one of them, I mean, you're going to have trade value now for both of them.
Yep, absolutely.
So one of them's got to go in the offseason. So you got to
Well,
figure it out.
Bill Belichick, he'll get that second stringer that's about they're out of there. Jimmy G, Brisket, Sam Castle. They just get them the. They just get them out.
I don't know if you necessarily trade. Like, if you want to go with Mac Jones going forward, I don't know if you necessarily trade Bailey Zappi. You're talking 4th round contract. You can hold on to that.
They probably won't. They
out of there. I would not, dude. Because if Mac Jones ever goes down, you insert Bailey Zappi for $900K a year off the bench. Oh, easy peasy. You're paying your quarterbacks. I mean, Mac Jones at 15th overall pick. You're looking at what, $6 million a year, and then you go to Bailey Zappi, who's making $9. You're paying $7 million a year for 2 good quarterbacks. I'd keep it.
And Mac
he
Jones
was only a
like
rookie.
6 starts. He has like 2 touchdowns and 10 picks. Mac Jones hasn't been lighting it up either.
Mac Jones is a rookie, or was rookie last year. He's in his second year. Zappi's in his first. So if you just hold on to him, that declines Zappi's trade value. But if Zappi's going to have all the trade value,
Zappi, I don't think
he's got trade value though coming in this season.
I don't know. As a backup, yeah, he'll probably get like a 3rd, or you may get a 5th or a 6th for Bailey Zappi when you spend a 4th on him.
I don't know. You got to look at who needs a quarterback.
You got to look. You got to look. We're seeing guys like Robert Quinn being traded for a 4th, James Robinson being traded for a 5th, Christian McCaffrey being traded for 2nds and 3rds. I was like, we're not seeing fair return value on players like we thought we would. That's all I'm saying. I think
you do want that.
That's players in contract years.
Like that's
that's players in contract years.
Not CMC. Not Robert Quinn.
CMC kind of got a haul, man. He didn't get a 1st round pick, but that's a haul.
Especially for injury prone.
Yeah, but if you're seeking a 1st for CMC and they had to settle for 2nds, 3rds, 4ths, I was like, man, if I'm an NFL owner, I'm only taking a 1st for CMC because to me that's always worth. But we're seeing in the NFL that's not always the case. And I think with Bailey Zappi, you're not going to fetch more than a 5th.
Reportedly, the Panthers got an offer of 2 1st-round picks for Brian Burns.
I don't know. Brian Burns is crazy.
They're lying.
And
Panthers are lying.
You can spend a lot of time building up Brian Burns. He's really young. Good. The dude's only like 23 years old, 24 years old.
He is good. Miami make the call.
Miami gonna trade everybody. All right, we got another quarterback controversy in the NFL as Matt Ryan gets benched for Sam Ehlinger. Did the Colts get screwed in the Matt Ryan deal? And is Sam Ehlinger the future of that Colts organization? Or is Matt Ryan going to come back and start?
I just want to hop in and say that I think I'm pretty sure I called that Matt Ryan was a disastrous trade for the Colts. I said that the Titans would still win the division. I was called a clown back then, but Matt Ryan, he's off the cliff last year. The Falcons are still paying the contract, yes, but it was a year too late, man. It was a year too late. They should have got him out of there and went on with it. So did the Colts get screwed? Yeah, because now you're down. I mean, what are you going to do? You going to cut Matt Ryan?
No, you just hang on to
Nobody's
it the
going
rest
to.
of the year.
I mean, yeah, nobody's going to take Matt Ryan at this point after his production. So now you lose a roster spot to a guy that Frank Wright basically came out and said, yeah, I mean, he's just biggest disappointment right here, and he's going to ride the bench. So yeah, the Colts got screwed.
That's that takes some balls though. I'll give Frank Wright credit, man. Like just straight
Frank
up.
Wright's job is he's fired. Okay,
Yeah,
so
No. He's definitely on the hot seat too. But that was a good move. As far as the controversy goes, I don't know, man. Sam Ehlinger was pretty decent in college, right? Like he was pretty good.
It was great in the preseason before he got hurt last year.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. It sucks because I did pick the Colts to win this division, and I don't think they are now. I think Bills Titans are probably going to pull it out, but who knows? Ehlinger could ball, so I don't know. I don't think the Colts got screwed. I mean, yeah, Reggie Wayne did say? What did Reggie Wayne said? He's like the second coming of some Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
Reggie Wayne is an idiot, but anyways. It's Matt Ryan, man. The guy stinks. He's a statue, and his arms done. Like, I like Matt Ryan too, man. But
okay, I see Goon's trend now. He likes the old white quarterbacks. I get it. Okay, makes sense. I see where you're at.
I told you.
I see where you're at.
Breeze for all those years.
Yeah, you like the old white.
He was catered by the great quarterback play.
Yeah.
He doesn't love to see the young, explosive.
He doesn't want to see the
risk
future.
takers.
He's not interested in the future. All right, let me break this down for you. Sam Ehlinger out of the draft last year before, doesn't matter. When Sam Ehlinger got drafted and when he was placed on the Colts main roster his rookie year, I said, and I don't know if Seth remembers this, but I did say it, that Sam Ehlinger would be the future of that team.
I do recall Vance hyping up Sam Ehlinger.
I am 100% on Sam Ehlinger's train, dude. Put me in the caboose. I'm here tooting the horn, man. We're riding this train down the Colts. Sam Ehlinger is going to turn that franchise around next year. He may turn around this year. I'm starting him in 2 fantasy leagues coming up this week because he's going to light it up against that Commanders defense. He's going to tear them a new one, and then they're going to. Why the fuck did we waste stuff on Matt Ryan here? We have Sam Ehlinger.
I picked up Commanders defense in a numerous amount of leagues because I don't
you're
Sam Ehlinger.
Sam Ehlinger's going to tear them apart. Sam Ehlinger, if you're going to pick up a defense,
whoa, Austin, no, they're definitely not going undefeated, man. Definitely not.
If you were going to pick up any defense, you should have picked up the Falcons defense.
No, I picked up the Commanders because Sam Ehlinger's going to throw the same amount of picks as fucking Matt Ryan.
God dang, you
are.
There's one thing that Sam Ehlinger has that Matt Ryan doesn't have, and that's mobility.
Mobility.
So
you know where the league is trending? All the top quarterbacks.
Welcome, Bill.
Mobility.
So expect the Jalen Hurts package. Whenever
that's
whenever
where
the Colts get on the 2, the 3, the 4, expect the Jalen Hurts package. Texas ran it, and they ran it effectively. Sam Ehlinger knows how to power the ball in. Now, do they have Jonathan? Yeah. So I would honestly expect Jonathan Taylor's touchdown numbers to go down. I mean, he's not doing great this year anyway. But it's like,
yeah, the Eagles Eagles' schedule is very easy. They may go undefeated. Holy shit.
Yeah,
my God. Well, the Giants are frauds.
I'm 100% agree with you, Seth. Prepare for the Jalen Hurts package with Sam Ehlinger and a quarterback. That is a great point.
Sam Ehlinger stinks. Get off this topic. We're talking about Sam Ehlinger over here.
He's literally Jalen Hurts in a different shell, different skin. That's all it is.
Pick up Commanders defense this week.
Bears fantasy tip of the week.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about fraud, it's definitely the Eagles.
No, pick up
Are
the
the
Falcons
Eagles
defense, dude.
frauds?
They're playing.
I
They're
think the
playing
Giants
Carolina.
are more fraudulent by far than the Eagles.
All right, folks, we got one more quarterback controversy for you, and it's the New Orleans Saints. Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston's
True, Bill.
healthy,
True.
and Andy Dalton's getting the start. Has all faith been lost for Jameis Winston in that organization? Because the plan all along was when Jameis got healthy, Dalton was going back to the bench. Dalton's throwing for like 300 yards a game since he's been the starter, about two and a half touchdowns per game.
2.5 picks per game.
Zing!
Not on par with Jameis. Not on par with Jameis.
Right on par with Jameis.
But without the touchdowns. Because Jameis has a negative touchdown interception ratio right now. Andy Dalton's is positive, so we'll take it.
Here's what you guys do. You drop both of them, and get this. You trade for Bailey Zappi. I don't know who to take. Both the guys stink, man. But I guess I'm going to say Jameis because, I don't know, Red Rocket, I think, is just played out.
Look,
yeah.
So I'll spit you guys some facts here. Andy Dalton's pocket awareness is so much better than Jameis Winston's, and the O-line plays more effectively for Andy Dalton. As Jameis Winston in his 3 games was sacked 11 times for 74 yards. Andy Dalton in his 4 games has been sacked 4 times for 22 yards. His pocket awareness is way better than Jameis's. His deep ball is significantly better than Jameis Winston's. His mid-range and short-range game is just absolutely on par. They're both throwing for about 63% completion percentage. Andy Dalton at 7.2 yards an average per throw. Jameis was at 7.5. I mean, but Andy Dalton's long this year, 64. Jameis's was only 51. Andy Dalton has a quarterback rating of 90, while Jameis has a quarterback rating of 79. You know what the league average is for quarterback rating right now? About 90. It's actually below 90.
All these stats for a 2-5 team.
Yeah, he's over here spitting like they're 7-0 and have a fucking real reason to fucking compete here. But no, you got Winston for a reason. Put him in.
Yeah,
okay?
put in Winston.
You want to know why Andy Dalton's for throwing for all these yards? Because you're fucking losing games late in the game. You have to throw the ball.
Because Dalton's also throwing 2 pick sixes, which makes him have to throw even more.
We've actually blown 2 leads with Andy Dalton.
Okay.
At least make
Exactly. You can't.
What do you mean exactly? You just said we're throwing a lot of yards because we're behind. We're not behind. We've blown 2 leads.
You got blown out by the Cardinals. It was a shootout with the Seahawks. What other games did he start? I don't fucking. Taysom Hill had to run.
Exactly.
Taysom had to run for 120 fucking yards and 4 touchdowns just to beat the team that you beat there. It's not Andy Dalton.
Play Dalton so you get CJ. They don't have a first round pick. They can't get CJ Stroud.
Nobody wants CJ Stroud. Nobody wants. Ohio State quarterbacks are notoriously bad in the NFL. Do not waste your pick with CJ Stroud. I promise you, any NFL owners that ever want to listen to this fucking conversation, CJ Stroud will be a bust. We've seen it already. We're seeing it right now play out in Chicago. It's not going to work out.
Whoa, Justin Fields went into
we saw it play out in Washington. It didn't work out. We saw JT Barrett go undrafted after throwing 60 touchdowns. It doesn't work out. We saw Terrell Pryor get drafted by the Raiders. Had to switch to wide receiver to even stay on the field. It doesn't work out. And Braxton Miller should have always stayed quarterback. That's my opinion. Braxton Miller would have been the only quarterback to do good from Ohio State if he went to the NFL as a quarterback. That's my opinion. But he had to switch to wide receiver.
Their system is just an air raid. Their system is just a spread college offense. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that when they play other quarterback, when they play better defenses, better schemes than what the Big Ten's drawing up, or whoever they're playing out of conference, it doesn't surprise me.
They don't drop 55.
They're not very good. Yeah. Well,
you're not going to see Ohio State drop 55 on. I don't think they'll do it on Michigan. You're not going to see them do it to Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. Fuck, you may not even see them do it to Oklahoma because Oklahoma doesn't play the air raid defense like the Big Ten does.
I think if
they drop 55 on us, fans.
They won't. But I'm saying CJ Stroud won't do it.
If you get Justin Fields some weapons, kind of like what Miami did with Tua this year, If you get him some weapons, I think Justin Fields will be fine. Honestly, he's got to work on accuracy. I mean, he's missed some wide open stuff, but Justin Fields isn't horrible. He has no one to throw to. Mooney makes like one great catch, but he also follows that up with like 2 drops a game.
He screwed me over.
Komet cannot get open. Komet cannot.
And Kenny Pickett didn't have the college career that Justin Fields had. He didn't put up anywhere near the same stats.
Every player's
the
one
same
good
record,
hit away from
the same playoff experiences that Justin Fields had to play against. You don't see Kenny Pickett lining up against Alabama in the college football playoffs. No. Who do we see do it? Justin Fields, like twice. It didn't work out.
He survived. He survived.
Yeah. If you're not going to take one of those guys, it's got to be Bryce Young. Right? It's got to be. Or, I mean, I don't even know. Not a whole lot of Alabama quarterbacks pan out. Not a whole lot of Ohio State quarterbacks pan out. So do you just reach and go for the guy from Kentucky and Will Levis?
Yeah. You reach for that guy that went to like Middle Tennessee State that just like lit it up.
Do you go for 26-year-old Hendon Hooker?
Yeah, there.
I would love some Hendon Hooker though.
Hendon Hooker's
not on Dallas because we got Dak, which I'm happy with Dak. But if you're a team that is like, I think Hendon Hooker can provide that spark, and I think you can get him late in the first. Because I think he's going to fall purely because of age. Whenever I don't think in a quarterback that matters at all. If I can get fucking 8 to 10 out of a first round draft pick quarterback, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that one. All right, we're gonna move on to. Give me 1 second while I get this ready. But we're going to be moving on to. Oh, dang it. This clown here. All right. We're going to be moving on to the. I better put together another sus B list this week. This is the third week in a row you put together a sus B list.
Listen,
we need an explanation on this B list here.
Okay.
We're good with the first 3. Easy. But man, these bottom 2.
What do you mean?
You're talking 5-1 Giants? Where?
The Giants are ass. Okay. They've won almost every game by like 1 score. Okay. I just don't believe in the Giants. They haven't played the Eagles yet. And I don't even think they've played the Cowboys yet.
Yeah, we beat them.
That's their 1 loss. Okay, then. So, like, the Cowboys, with Dak coming back, he's a little rusty. The Cowboys' defense is insane. I mean, the Lions have like a top 5 offense. But the Giants lost to the Cowboys then. Listen, Giants are frauds. They may not even make the playoffs. I don't give a shit. Hey, you know what? And if they're 15-1, they're still not going to be on the damn B list. You're not going to see the fucking G-men on this list. So
the Lions are currently sitting at 17th best offense in the NFL.
Well, they were shut
That
out.
thanks to us fucking giving them 6 points. God dang it.
Yeah. But anyways, Dallas at 5. Vikings at 4. I don't know. They have 1 loss. Like, who else would you put here other than the Giants? Sure, you could put the Giants here, whatever. But, like, Vikings are doing work. Like, they're just winning. They're flying under the radar. But I see you, Minnesota. I see you, Skull. Number 4, all right? And Kansas City, man. What, you going to count them out?
You wouldn't want to put the second best defense in the NFL on this list?
Who's that?
The New York Jets.
Ooh, the Jets.
The 5-2 New York Jets.
No. They just lost Breece Hall. They just lost their best
But they just got James Robinson. And they have Michael Carter, a rookie they drafted last year.
Yeah, both them.
They're not Breece Hall.
Jets haven't. Yeah. Listen, Bill, we're getting to that. Now, you could argue Kansas City's better than the Eagles. You could argue the Buffalo's better than the Eagles. And I might believe that both of them are better than the Eagles. Now, however, Eagles have yet to lose So they don't deserve to be taken off number one. Remember when Eagles went number one and Miami was 3-0, hot? Okay, Miami fell off because they stink and they lost 3 in a row. Eagles have not lost since that time. So Eagles have to stay number one. Once the Eagles lose, okay, they're going to get dropped. Maybe not from the top 5, but the Bills will be there immediately to jump them number one unless something crazy happens. Yeah, quit playing. The Jets are scrubs. The Giants are scrubs. I don't give a fuck. Those 2 New Jersey teams are not included with New York. I don't give a shit. Buffalo's the only one. And they're not going to be on here. The Jets and Giants are not going to be on here. And like I said, they're just not going to. I mean, maybe if they're 14-2 and 15-1, fine, they'll be on here. Let's see if that happens. They're both of them are frauds. I guarantee you. I'll bet anything that New England beats the Jets this Sunday. 100%. 100%.
Dang, dude, that's
100%.
the Jets are hot.
If you're betting, I'm not a hater.
I might bet a chug a rumple, dude. I don't know.
Dude, bets, get after it. The Jets are
I might-
hot.
I might bet you a chug. I mean, they do have the 32nd overall offense in the NFL and the second best defense in the NFL. So it's kind of a weird mix to have
It's
right
a weird
now.
mix. Without
And the,
Brees Hall,
the Giants are sitting 22 and 21 in offense.
yeah,
and
the
defense right now.
Giants are winning close games, and the Jets were pretty much carried by a solid defense and Brees Hall. Look at Zach Wilson's stats the last couple of games. That guy stinks.
He's a
There's
game
no
manager, man.
way. Without Brees Hall, the Jets aren't going to make the B list. And like the Giants, if the Giants rail off a bunch of wins versus the Eagles and Cowboys, fine, they'll be on it. But damn, I just don't believe. They don't pass my eye test. And watch some of their games. Just watch some of their games.
Jets
I
are
wanna hop
also
in real
number one in
quick.
special teams.
I want to hop in real quick, and I want to kick it back. If we could roll clips on here, maybe one day we could kick it back and roll clips. We can find them. I want to kick it back to before the year started, and we said, "Give me a projected." What is it? We said, "Go out on a limb. Who's going to do great?" And you said defense. And who did I say? The Jets defense. And I got laughed at and called a stooge. So I mean.
And you didn't draft them once in fantasy football. League.
I have the Cowboys.
Reap
the
what you
Cowboys.
sow. Reap what you sow.
I have the Cowboys in like every league. Why would I get the Jets?
You want some disappointing news about the Cowboys defense? Huh? Do you? It's not that.
Go ahead.
It's pretty good. They're eighth. They're eighth.
I mean, 28 fucking
I was-
points last week.
I was hoping when I clicked on this that they would be a lot lower, but I was wrong.
No, that was Barrett.
Barrett with an
No, that was Barrett. That was Barrett.
interesting B list this week.
No, I picked
Barrett picked Georgia.
Vance picked Oregon.
Vance
Yeah.
Vance hyped me up into taking Oregon, and then they got blown out.
I got Seth on the hype train.
So-
But the minute I was like, Bo Nix, Seth was like, yeah. So, wicked.
I was
All right,
there. He was fucking pumping it up.
we got NFL pick'ems coming up. Let's roll right into it. We have
No
the
college
Baltimore
football?
Ravens. That's later. I'm doing this in a different order.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I'm trying to get. I got a ticker. I got a ticker going on how this everything's gonna be playing out.
All right, hell yeah, let's go.
All right. So we got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. This game is primed not to be a stinker. Hopefully, we'll see. We have yet to have a good Thursday Night Football game. Hopefully, this is the one.
Are you sure it's the
TB12.
Bucs?
I don't know. TB12 versus Lamar Jackson. Barrett, where are you going?
I saw some stats today. Tom Brady is he's never had a 3-game losing streak, and he's 33-0 after a 2-game losing streak. I'm going to bet on Tom Brady here. Sorry, Baltimore.
Dang, Seth, what do you think?
Yeah, I want to lean in the Ravens' favor, but it's TB12, and the Ravens may or may not have Mark Andrews for this game. Granted, he didn't really do much last week, and the Ravens almost lost. But historically, right now, since week 3, Tampa Bay is the worst rushing team in the history of the NFL. I'm still going to take Tampa Tom on prime time.
I like Tom Brady on prime time. This is absolutely 1.5 favored for Tampa Bay here. I like that spread a lot, man. That's a pretty good spread for this game. I'll take Tampa Tom all day on that one. All right, Barrett, we're gonna move into Chicago versus Dallas. Dallas favored 9.5 after Chicago just dominated the Patriots.
What the fuck is that line?
That's 9.5, dude. That's wicked. That's a wicked line.
Right.
It's pretty large, pretty big line. Barrett, where are you going? Are you taking Chicago to cover? I don't think Chicago's going to win, but this line is pretty big for a fucking Dallas-Chicago game. After Chicago got a big win.
Boy, that's going to be rough for Chicago. Coming off a short week. I like Dallas to cover too. I think Dallas's defense is going to shut Justin Fields down. So don't start any Chicago Bear on fantasy this week.
And that's bold, Bears. I like that.
Barrett, Seth, what do you think here?
It's at home. It's the game before the bye. The boys are going to give it their all. We're going to cover. Cowboys minus 9.5.
All right, I like Chicago to cover this,
Go Bears.
but I like Dallas to win. Give me Chicago and the points. All right, we got the Arizona. I mean, that's a big line, dude. 9.5.
A lot of points. A lot of points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. We got Arizona Cardinals versus the Minnesota Vikings. This is a big game, I think. Minnesota favored 3.5. I personally like that line as well, man. Give me Minnesota to take that one 3.5. Barrett, what do you think?
I think James Conner comes back. You got DeAndre Hopkins back. I mean, I think the Cardinals get this one, man.
Yeah, I'm going to hop on that train. I think the boys are buzzing over there after pick 6 and Andy Dalton twice. I think the defense is running it. If James Conner is back, I don't know if he's back or not. He's questionable. But I'm going to take the Cardinals.
No, you see, multiplayer comes out next weekend. Kyler's already beaten the campaign, so he's not going to worry about. He beat campaign probably in like 4 hours the last Thursday night when it came out after the win. So he's had all this time to study film on the Vikings. Vikings are coming off the bye week, but Kyler won't start multiplayer until after this game. So next game, Kyler's going to lose. But this game, Kyler's going to win. Boom.
So you don't think with the Thursday midnight release, you don't think Kyler's going to be grinding all weekend?
It's already out. He's already
No, that's campaign.
He's already beaten campaign. He's not going to worry about multiplayer. He may,
but you have to unlock the camos.
Listen,
you can't prepare for Warzone without unlocking the camos.
He's a millionaire. He's gonna have someone unlock the camos.
Based on recent years, I don't think he is.
Listen,
Kyler's gonna be grinding his own camos.
I got inside information on this. Can't tell you my sources, but he has someone grinding the camos.
Or the camos. Okay, yeah, look. With that information, I'm definitely taking the Cardinals now.
Yeah, you got to take the Cardinals here.
Absolutely. I have Kyler Murray benched in fantasy for Sam Ehlinger because of Call of Duty.
Okay, Nick, if he starts streaming all day Saturday, then whatever. My bad.
We're going to see a lot of NFL players streaming Call of Duty Friday, Saturday, and then people on bye Sunday.
You have to pick your people. You have to pick your bets based upon who's streaming Call of Duty on Saturday.
Yeah, AJ Dillon, big streamer on Twitch.
The Packers stink, dude.
That
guy is on all the time. That guy is on all the time.
Not doing good since he started streaming.
You're right. You are right. It's crazy.
All right, the Las Vegas Raiders roll into the Bayou. Favored 1.5 here. I like Andy Dalton and the boys to take down the Raiders. Give me the Saints and the points. Seth, what do you think?
Go ahead and give me the Raiders minus 1.5. Look for Devontae Adams to probably have about 8 catches, 125 yards on that defense. I mean, Josh Jacobs is going to tear you guys a new one. I thought the Saints would be a top 3 defense coming into this year. I really hyped them up like they were going to be, and now I'm looking like a clown. So, yeah, they give up a lot of yards. It's crazy. So, give me the Raiders.
We are top 21 defense, dude. Top 21 defense. So, up and up here. But we are the eighth offense right now. So, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, give me the Raiders. Sorry, Vance.
Oh, man. All right, we got the Broncos and the Jaguars in London. This is a home game for the Jaguars. Yeah.
Stinker of the week?
Let's see here. No, Colts Commanders is up there. Well, Sam Ellinger's playing, so maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Texans Titans is down there as well. Broncos Jaguars, home game for the Jaguars. Basically, they're favored 2.5. Seth, what do you think? Russell Wilson being a clown on the plane here if he wins this game, it's like he's going to look like a genius. But if he loses,
imagine if you're in your seat, man. Imagine in your seat, you're just like trying to nap. You need to see Russell Wilson just stretching by, you doing these lunges, and you just hear Broncos country. Yeah. That's right, Broncos country.
He leaves by it.
Okay, dude.
Hey, you ever done anything dangerous? Me too.
Hey, he's lucky that pilot didn't nosedive that day. I like the Jags, dude. This is their home. Trevor Lawrence's first win this is his 1 year anniversary of his first win over the Miami Dolphins. So I like Trevor Lawrence.
Dude, I'm taking the Jags.
All right, I'm going to be a little optimistic and go in the favor of Russell Wilson.
This guy.
Listen, in the off chance, I think Russell Wilson's going to turn around this game. I think he finally quit throwing his football that he created, and now he can throw a regular football.
I heard he was doing that on the plane too.
Yeah, he's not out here trying to throw 100 yards up and down the back of the fucking double-decker jet here. Wicked. All right, we got.
Wait, why didn't he just go to fucking sleep like every normal motherfucker when you're flying 8 hours? Like,
So,
God dang.
They tell you in.
What an idiot.
I only know this from listening to other players' experience, but they tell you to either stay up on the plane or stay up the day you get into London, so you can adjust to their time sleep. Russell Wilson chose to stay up on the plane, so he's going to be sleeping the whole time in London. Not going to be there with the team. Not going to be building. Not be getting that chemistry. Who knows?
I mean,
Mr. Unlimited.
Yes, sir. Unlimited. Man, he's being a clown, dude. It's so wicked. It's so wicked this year.
And it's so much funnier and more cringe that they are 2-5. That's why.
If they were winning, this would be a totally different story.
It wouldn't be a story, I don't think.
We'd be like, honestly, Russell Wilson is doing some weird shit, but holy hell is he producing?
Yeah.
But now we're getting the holy hell, Russell Wilson's doing some weird shit, and they fucking stink.
Yeah.
We're not getting nothing here. All right, we got the Carolina Panthers going into Atlanta. Atlanta favored 4.5 here. I took Atlanta's defense in fantasy football this week. Give me Atlanta to dominate this game.
Oh, dude, PJ Walker here, dude. You're talking to PJ Walker. He beat down Tampa Bay's defense.
That's true.
Yeah, he was the reason.
And Chuba and Deontay Foreman ran all over that place. So go ahead and give me the Falcons minus the 4.5 with all that knowledge.
How you gonna hype up Carolina then take the Falcons?
Yeah, that was pretty.
Exactly.
All
part of the master plan.
Yeah, give me the Falcons to cover.
I like it. All right, Barrett, Miami versus Detroit. Wasn't there a weird stat that Miami hasn't won in Detroit in how long?
Since 2006, Nick Saban was the coach. Joey Harrington was the quarterback. Yeah, so it's been a long time. However, Jared Goff, 0-2 versus Miami. So pick your poison here.
This is a trap game for Miami.
No, I mean there's no one fairly good on the schedule, so Miami should win. But I don't know. Miami's defense either clamps down or they allow 40 points. And the question is, can Tua and the offense score a lot too? And the Lions are, I think, 32nd in total defense or whatever. So this is probably going to be a high scoring game. I'm going to take Miami, obviously, because Tua is 10-2 in his last 12 starts. Miami's 4-0 when Tua starts and finishes a game. So I got to take that until they lose.
The real question is which Noah Igbenogany do we get here?
Do we get prime time Noah?
That's it.
Or stink bag Noah, dude? Which
prime
one?
time Noah, Miami 45, Detroit 5. Not prime time Noah, Detroit 56, Miami 7.
Yeah, Williams. We all went Tampa Bay.
Sorry, William. Yeah, I had to pick Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, just real quick, 33-0 after a 2-game losing streak. Has never had a 3-game losing streak in his career. I think they're going to shut down Lamar Jackson. We all went Tampa Bay and Jeffrey. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Bears spit out the knowledge we had to pick.
I was leaning Ravens, so Barry hit me with all that.
Yeah, that 33-0 stat would kind of lean me the other way. But I like the stats that Miami hasn't won a game in Detroit since 2006. Give me Detroit to win this ball game. As we're not going to get primetime Noah. We're going to get stinkbag Noah who's going to give up like 4 tuds.
Probably, yes.
Seth, what do you think?
I mean, come on, dude. It's just even a question. It's fins up here, man.
Right,
gonna roll in Detroit. Gonna beat the crap out of the Lions. Lions have heart, but they're just not a good team. Come on, Motor City's turning it around, but he's got a couple more years. Look for Tua, 320 through the air. Tyreek probably 120 yards receiving. So yeah, give me the fins, easy peasy.
All right, Barrett, lock it in.
What's that?
Finn, you didn't tell us. You just spit out a lot of knowledge.
No, yeah, I'm definitely.
We know the way you're leaning, but I need it on the record.
Definitely like I said, taking Miami until Tua loses a game where he starts.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and chalk you up for the loss here. All right, we got the New England Patriots versus the Jets, second best defense in the league. New England favored 2.5. I like the Jets, and I'll do a chug of Rumple with Barrett here on this game.
All right.
Where are you going?
I already.
Let's get the classification down. What a chug is.
A solid 3 second like.
Let's just do two double shots. Two double shots.
Pretty much double shots. But listen,
2 double shots. It is stamped it.
Jets are like 0-8 in their last like 8 games, or 0-6 in their last 6 games since New England. I will jump on the Bill Belichick versus young quarterbacks bandwagon. He can't beat Tua, right? He can't beat Tua. Tua's 3-0, and he can't beat Justin Fields. But everyone else, he just eats young rookie and second-year quarterbacks. So I already guaranteed New England to win, and apparently a chug of Rumple is on this. So boom, there you go.
All right, Seth, where are you going?
Give me the J-E.
Wow.
S.
What
Jets.
What world would I be the only one to pick New England? This is crazy. What's happening here?
There's
Second best defense.
There's a quarterback controversy. Mac Jones kicking people in the nuts. He's a bum for that. Okay. Sauce Gardner is going to put it into whatever target Mackie Jones wants to throw to. I think the defense is
Devontae Parker will make Sauce
Mac
Gardner.
Jones throws to Devontae, and Bailey Zappi throws to Jacoby. So we got to pay attention to that one.
What?
So,
Bailey Zappi completed like 3 long balls to Devontae. What do you mean?
I'm just saying in the mid route, he likes Jacoby.
Well,
doesn't matter. New England stinks. Give me the Jets.
All right, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers rolling into Philly. Philly favored 11.5. I like this. Give me Philly. Kenny Pickett's just gonna get Rick rolled, dude. It's unfortunate. Seth, where are you going?
God, look at that fucking spread.
That's a big spread. It's a lot of points.
the Eagles. I dislike Steel Town. So give me Steel Town plus the 11. Oh, God. I hate this. This is terrible. This is bad. As a spread-wise, picking against the spread. Yeah, give me Steel Town. I don't know. Yeah, Steel Town.
Barrett, what do you think?
Philly to win, Steelers to cover.
I like it. All right, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Texans. Roll in Texans. Tennessee favored 2. I like that line as well. Give me the Tennessee Titans to win this game handedly. Seth, what do you think?
Yeah, this is for Bill Johnson. Go ahead and give me the Tennessee Titans. They're going to blow the brakes off the Texans. The Henry train is starting to come alive. I think he's ramped the ball for 26-plus carries each last 3 games. He's had over 100 yards the past 3 games. He's had 3 touchdowns in that span. So Tennessee's obviously figuring out the more we run the ball with Derrick Henry, the more successful we will be. So, yeah, give me the Titans and give me a Derrick Henry 100-yard rushing day.
I like it. Barrett, what do you think?
But is Tannehill back?
I don't know.
Because he was hurt last week, and Malik Willis had to come in.
Well, he was
No,
only
Tannehill
out for one.
came
He was
back
only out
in
for
that
one
game.
game.
Oh, he came
one-
back in?
one-
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give me the Titans.
So, yeah, Bill, I'm on the Bill bandwagon. Give me the Titans.
Bill's not even here to. He's gonna miss it and ask us later, man.
All right, well, next we got the Washington Commanders versus the Indianapolis Colts. Seth, where are you going on this one?
Oh, hang on a sec. What a stinker, dude. Hard one to pick against. I mean, Sam Ehlinger for the Colts, ODU for the Commanders. So go ahead and give me ODU. He didn't let me down last week whenever you guys called me some clowns. So yeah, give me Taylor Heineke and the Commanders to beat the Colts.
Yeah, Colts stink. Vance is going to get like 3 points from Sam Ehlinger in fantasy. I'm going to get 20 points from the Commanders defense. Go ODU, go Taylor Heineke. Give me the Commanders.
Give me Sam Ehlinger and the the Indianapolis Colts. Almost fucked up right there. Sam Ehlinger's going to absolutely destroy. Well, it's probably not going to destroy. This is going to be a good game to watch. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth. Sam Ehlinger's going to be rolling in there, getting a lot of touchdowns. Going to be handing the ball off a lot too, I think, as well. But it's going to be a pretty pressing game. All right, we got the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. San Fran favored 1.5 in Los Angeles. I don't know if I like this line. I like LA to get back on track. Give me the Rams and the points here. Barrett, what do you think?
They're going to let loose Christian McCaffrey. But, yeah, I think the Rams, after the bye week, I think they bounce back. Give me the Rams.
Yeah. Seth, where are you going?
As much as I talk shit on Jimmy G, I think the team is really good. So I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers rolling into LA to win. Christian McCaffrey's probably going to have a big game.
Wow.
All right. The New York Giants versus the Seattle Seahawks. Barrett, what are your thoughts on this one? 5-1 Giants who love to squeak out early or late games or close games, excuse me. And then the Seattle Seahawks who just kind of look a little bit electric with Geno at QB. Where are you going?
Yeah, they're not going to escape the 12th man this time. Seattle's going to win. Straight up.
I like the 12th man to get beat down here. Give me the Giants to escape with a W. Give me the points. Seth, what do you think?
Give me the 12th man Seahawks, Geno Smith. What did he say? I forgot what he said earlier this year. Something called, he didn't call back or something. I don't know what the fuck he said. Wrote him off, he didn't write back, something like that. But yeah, I think Kenneth Walker, he's cooking, folks, okay? He's a madman. So give me the Seahawks. I think this is where the little Giants fraud train ends.
Dang.
Yep.
All right. The Green Bay struggle buggle Packers here rolling into Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. Absolutely big game if the Packers were good. Barrett, what do you think here? Do the Packers get rolled? Or is this a turnaround game?
Dude, the Bills are just absolutely steamrolling everyone. I know it's Aaron Rodgers. I got to stay on the Bills, man. I think the Bills will cover and destroy the Green Bay Packers. Sorry, A-Raj.
What do you think here?
Me?
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm just gonna hook up to Bear right here. I think the Bills roll Green Bay. This game right here is gonna make the Green Bay front office. Well, they don't have a front office, do they? They're owned by the people. But I don't know. This is gonna make them consider, hey, time to blow it up, dude. You know, see ya, Jair. See ya, Rashawn Gary. See ya, whoever else.
Whoa! Wow!
We're gonna go in the tank here because A-Rod is retiring after this year, probably.
He just signed a 3-year deal.
I just heard a report he was done.
I don't think so.
Dude, did you see him after last week's game?
I don't know. I watched.
He was just laying there in his thoughts on the turf, like, "Holy shit! Did I just get beat?"
Well,
by
he ran 40 yards downfield to be a part of the toss back. He's old. He ain't got that kind of energy to be running.
I think it's a shit show in Green Bay. I think if you lose this weekend by like 21 points, blow it up, dude. You've been good for a long time. Respect. Time to fucking move on, okay?
Wow. You're not relaxing like Aaron Rodgers said, too.
Yeah, I'm relaxed. Do I think the Packers win? No. Do I think they cover? Yes. I think this is a field goal game. Aaron Rodgers in prime time has a chip on his shoulder. He's going to come out. I even went and picked up Christian Watson because I think this is going to be a turnaround game for Green Bay.
Oh, God.
I don't think they're going to win. I don't. But I'm counting on a field goal game here to go down to the wire with the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Got to remember, it's cold. It's going to be cold in Buffalo. You know who loves the cold? Aaron Rodgers. I swear.
Not
his new receivers, though.
I just checked the weather. It's going to be 60-something.
Oh, man. He still may roll out in a fucking turtleneck. Who knows? I can't wait for Turtleneck Rodgers to come back, man. He's going to be dominating these games here. But give me Green Bay.
Last year when he was rocking the turtleneck, now everybody's going to call him a clown because he's losing. So the Bills are trained, man. We know this.
And this train is about this train.
Man, they lost to the G.
Train is not about to cover an 11.5 spread.
The only thing about the Bills is they have some injuries on defense, but I mean, it doesn't matter when they're scoring like 40 points.
Give me Rodgers and the boys. Give me Rodgers and the boys to cover.
But that banged up defense held the Chiefs to like 20 points a couple weeks ago, so it's crazy.
All right. Monday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills roll into the dog pound to the Poverty Browns.
Bills?
Or
the
Bengals?
Bengals?
The Bengals, sorry. The Bengals roll into the Poverty Browns. Cincy only favored 3 in this contest. I don't think it's going to be that close of a game at all. I think when you guys talk Green Bay Bills, this is the game for me. Bengals, Browns. Give me the Bengals to absolutely just rickroll. I'd take an alternate spread of like 14 here.
I mean, listen, you know where me and Bear are going to go with this because Brisket fucking stinks.
God, he stinks. This guy, you need to watch him with the game on the line. This guy is shitty. I mean, he can't make decisions. He can't throw the ball. Sometimes he'll run it, but he'll fumble. He stinks. So, yeah, Bengals by 50. Like, fuck.
Browns. The Browns over here thinking they're going to, tread water with until Deshaun gets back. They're a wicked 2-5.
They are sinking like the Titanic, dude.
They're gonna trade Greedy Williams. I mean, they're looking at trading players away at this point. I don't know if Deshaun can fix this fucking sinking ship whenever he gets back. They may be 2-9 by the time Deshaun gets back.
Seriously, they stink, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, we got fantasy football letdowns. Gonna each give you one guy that has been an absolute letdown in fantasy football. We're gonna keep these nice, short, and sweet. About 2-3 minutes apiece here.
2
Seth,
minutes apiece. Let Barrett go, man. I don't want to go first.
All right, Barrett. Who's your fantasy football let down this year?
Kyle Pitts by far. I mean, this guy. This guy.
Easy option.
So much hype after his pretty pedestrian. I mean, I know he had 1,000 yards or whatever, but I mean, this guy was getting taken above in some drafts, like a Mark Andrews, a Kelsey, based on his hype. And I just have it pulled up. He is the 22nd tight end currently in points. And that's like horrible because tight ends, they don't score a lot anyways. Like if you have a top 5 tight end, that tight end is producing. So anything 5 and above doesn't really matter that much. Like they don't score that much, but this guy was supposed to be like top 3 in points by now. He's 22nd. People are buying him low or selling him low. I mean, it is what it is. We're buying him low. Yeah.
I like it. All right, I'll throw mine in, then we'll let Seth cap it off here. My fantasy letdown this year was a guy who came in with a ton of hype. Is Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is in standard fantasy football leagues has only produced 50 fantasy points this season so far through 7 weeks of football. In PPR, he's put up 75 total points in fantasy football. He only has 2 touchdowns and 386 yards receiving. Absolute letdown. Now, I'm not putting all the blame on Jerry Jeudy here. If we flip to the other side of my list, I have somebody else to blame for this.
Russell Wilson.
That O-line. No, I'm just kidding. It's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has a lot to do with Jerry Jeudy not getting that many targets. Jerry Jeudy has well, damn it. No, I can't read. What the hell? Oh, 47 targets. I wrote my thing. He had 47 targets, and he has a low percentage of getting off of his DB. A lot of his targets have been pass defended. He's not creating separation the way he was last year before he got hurt, and the year before when he had 900 yards receiving going into his rookie year. Jerry Jeudy is not creating the separation that we thought he would. Russell Wilson is not the quarterback we thought he was going to be either. But it's mostly up to Jerry Jeudy to get open on these routes. His open percentage is way, way, way low. It's like 20%. He's not even open. He's never open. You can't. Jerry Judy's not one of those guys either where if he's covered, he's open, right? We see a lot of guys in the NFL. Cooper Kupp, you can throw him a one-on-one ball. A handful of other guys in this league, you can throw a one-on-one ball. Jerry Jeudy is not one of those guys, and he's been a fantasy letdown this year. Again, only putting up 50 points in standard leagues and 75 in PPR so far through 7 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Seth, what do you think?
So I got 2. I'm not going to really spend a lot of time on the one. Obviously, Allen Robinson had a big week last week, but I think he is a big stinker whenever it comes to, hey, this guy was going to be really good. Went to the Rams. Rams are they're a heavy throw team, and the guy just hasn't been getting the targets. Is that because of Matt Stafford? Is that because he doesn't run his routes very well? Is that because he's not just a good player? I don't know. But I know Allen Robinson was taken pretty high in most rounds, and I would say that he's very much underproducing. He's probably been dropped in a lot of leagues. But I don't know. I had a tough time picking because I wanted to go with certain guys. But do injuries count? Because, I mean, your body's got to stay healthy, and that's kind of on you, right?
It depends on the injury.
Like, because my top 1 was going to be Michael Thomas.
Oh.
He came into the league. He came in, flashed what Michael Thomas should be, and now he's gone. I mean, he's injured. Why? Why is he not back yet? He's not really nursing himself perfectly, and now he's letting everybody down. That put some faith in Michael Thomas. Wasn't a high draft pick. But I would definitely call Mike T a letdown. I would call Allen Robinson a letdown. I was tempted to take Kittle, but he's doing pretty good. And Waller,
he's coming back in. Kittle's coming back in
too, but he was really good as well. So, all pretty injury related.
Najee Harris too, just a small one.
He's coming back. He's coming back in. They're starting to get him involved in the run game because I was going to go with Najee. And I look at his previous 2 weeks, and he's starting to step up.
Yeah, Daniel Jones has more rushing yards than Najee Harris.
Yeah, I wanted technology, but it's like not much you can do when your O-line's that shitty.
True. Fair enough.
Like receivers are kind of just on them. Like get better repertoire as a quarterback. You know, I don't.
If a good receiver is going to get, I mean, look at Tua and Waddle. Without their starting quarterback, they're still both top 5.
Yeah, they're both great. They're both just absolutely great route runners.
Dang.
Where Judy is just not. He is just not producing the way that we thought he would. And there's a handful of other guys that easily could have got taken. I mean, Cortland Sutton not having a very good year.
That's Russell Wilson's fault.
We thought TJ Hawkinson was going to be great in down there, and he's not having the best of years.
Russell Wilson.
All right, we're going to get some college football going here. Let me get trying to get somebody involved here that would bang. There we go. All right, we should see him coming in here any time. But we do have college football coming in. We have the top 5 college football games of the week. And these are some absolute bangers this week. Kind of yeah, it's honestly not a bad setup this week. We have the Ohio State versus Penn State at Penn State. This is a game. This is the game for Ohio State to prove that they deserve to be in this position that they're in. Penn State's not like end all be all for them. Like obviously we'll see their true test when they face Michigan later this year, but this is their test before Michigan. They have to absolutely pummel Penn State or at least beat them soundly to continue this ride that they're on. But I like Penn State to win this football game. I think this is a trap game. It's going to be loud. I hope Penn State does the whiteout. I haven't seen anything yet whether they're going to do that. I hope they do the whiteout this week. This is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game for Ohio State as we bring in Cody here. Cody, we're going Ohio State, Penn State to start off.
Like it.
Ohio State's favored 15.5. It's in Penn State. I don't know if you've heard anything. I haven't seen anything on Twitter. Do you know if Penn State's doing the whiteout?
I thought that was last week.
They did whiteout last week.
Oh, man, you wasted it when you had Ohio State rolling in?
I don't think you want to – I think they avoid that kind of stuff. Like, you have a whiteout to Ohio State and you get smoked. It looks ridiculous. Like, I think you put those games –
They did whiteout on Minnesota? No.
Yeah.
They were – oh, my gosh, dude. On Minnesota?
You win that game, right? If you do a whiteout against Ohio State and get smoked by 40, you're like, well, that was a waste of energy.
What a waste
like Oklahoma State's doing blackout against Iowa State, right? They did blackout against Oklahoma last year because you're like, well, if we blow that game, it's kind of ridiculous, like a ridiculous situation.
I don't know, dude.
This guy.
Rip to tradition, man. Rip to tradition. What do you like here, Seth?
The reason I'm taking Ohio State to blow the doors off Penn State, and the reason is it's an 11 o'clock game. Penn State probably not going to really come around for that thing. If it was a late game, I'd probably consider Penn State with their crowd. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be full. It's going to be packed. But I think it'd be better if in Penn State's favor if it was a late game. Ohio State has not proven to me that they're stoppable yet. I mean, they're hanging points on everybody. So I'm going to take Ohio State, even with the spread probably, to win this game.
Haven't played anybody worth a damn yet.
Prove to me otherwise that they're. I mean, you know, granted they haven't played anybody, but until they prove that they're just. I mean, they have 3 of the best receivers in college football on their team.
But this is probably the easiest schedule Ohio State's had in like the past 8 years.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. They have a cupcake.
All right, Barrett, what do you think here? You like Ohio State or Penn State?
I like Ohio State. I think they'll cover. Like kind of just piggybacking on Seth until they look like they can be stopped. How are you going to pick against them, man?
Cody, where are you swinging this game?
I don't think Ohio State covers. I think Penn State getting beat down by Michigan kind of maybe wakes them up a little bit. And it's in like I said, it's at Penn State. So I think it's one of those games Ohio State clearly controls. Probably a 2-3 score game, entire game. Penn State probably scores late to cover the spread, beat the spread. Sorry. So Ohio State wins probably pretty easily, controls the game, but I don't think it's by more than 15. I think Penn State play a little harder because Michigan just absolutely took them to the woodshed. But
Yeah, they do.
Ohio State's clearly the better team, and I agree. Ohio State's played nobody. Just kind of their first test. So maybe that's plays in Penn State's favor. Maybe Ohio State's not ready for the speed and quickness of a real team. But I think overall Ohio State's just better than Penn State, and they'll show that pretty much the entire game.
I like that one. All right, we're gonna move on to the Big Ten rivalry down there in Ann Arbor that's going to take place. Michigan State rolling into Michigan. This game feels like a trap. Like a couple of these games feel like traps to me. Michigan is a dominant team. They're looking very, very good. I think they're going to beat Ohio State come Big Ten time. But man, this is just one of those games. I feel like Michigan State is going to hang in there, and they're good. I don't think they're going to win. By all means, I don't think they're going to win. But I think Michigan State covers this 23-point spread. Seth, what are your thoughts?
No, this is in a big house. Everybody was like, "Oh, Michigan hasn't been tested." Well, they got tested. They beat They beat the shit out of. Did they play Penn State?
Yeah.
They beat the shit out of them. It's like whatever. Michigan State is nowhere near what they have been in the past when they beat Michigan. Kenneth Walker's not there to save you. So, yeah, this is gonna be a Michigan State just absolutely ass kicking.
Barrett, where are you going?
Or did I say Michigan's gonna kick the
That's
shit.
that's a huge line. Big
this
house,
big of a rivalry
though, man. Big rivalry game in the big house, though. Give me Michigan. I think they'll cover. Screw it.
Yep. Cody, what are your thoughts here on this iconic rivalry?
Agreed. Michigan beats and covers. Michigan State is not good, to say the least. Michigan's kind of a roll. Their offense is going pretty good. Blake Corum is obviously a Heisman contender right now. Looking at Michigan State's schedule, they lost to Minnesota handily, lost to Maryland. Did beat Wisconsin. Their Michigan State's just not good. I think Michigan's on a roll right now, so I think Michigan's going to roll pretty much the rest of the season until they get to Ohio State, and that'll be their big test.
Like
Michigan
that.
big.
All right, we'll save the OSU game for last here.
Nope.
But we'll go
Whoa.
Kentucky versus Tennessee. Tennessee only favored 12.5 in this contest. This line seemed low to me. I think Tennessee's just going to roll Kentucky. I mean, you take down Bama in that kind of fashion. You don't drop one to Kentucky. I just don't think it's going to happen. I like Tennessee to absolutely dominate this game. If there was an alternate spread, I would take it at like 31.
That's a lot. Okay, yeah, you're getting a little crazy with the 31 there. Tennessee doesn't have a high-powered offense, but Kentucky's got Will Levis in their offense as well. So I think it's going to be more of a shootout style. Granted, it's in Knoxville. It's going to be a great environment for the game, loud as can be. So I don't think I think Kentucky covers. I don't know if they can. They can't outpace Tennessee because Jalen Hyatt and Hendon Hooker and all them boys are going to do what they're going to do. But I don't think Tennessee's defense can stop Will Levis.
Barrett, what do you think here?
Yeah, I like Tennessee. I think they'll cover. Coming off a huge Alabama win a couple weeks ago, like Tennessee, they can't. I mean, at this point, they can't. They got to avoid all letdowns. Like they can't just come out and play soft and give Kentucky a chance at the end of the game because they could end up losing. So you just got to go in. You got to keep blowing out these teams and get to the SEC championship pretty much.
Yep. Cody, what are your thoughts here, man?
So I go opposite of what I said against Ohio State, Penn State, right? So I think this game stays close, and then Tennessee probably scores a late touchdown to cover. Tennessee's got Georgia next week, so they're going to be probably a little bit distracted. They're coming off a Bama win. They're coming off I'm calling a bye week to play UT Martin. So, and they're going to Kentucky, who's ranked and not a bad team. They're solid. They can surprise people, but they've got Georgia next week. And so another huge game they've got to win. So I think they get a little distracted by Georgia. I think they win. I think it's probably closer most of the game, and maybe Tennessee pulls away at the end to cover. Tennessee wins. I don't see them not winning this game. Kentucky, I think, is a little bit overrated. They've got to win over a bad Florida team, over a mid-tier Mississippi State team. So I don't think Kentucky's not worth 19 ranking. So Tennessee probably covers at the end. Was what I'd think.
Hey, Tennessee's got the Heisman winner on their team.
It's not wrong.
Andy Hooker.
He's on his way.
Yeah.
I think one more win against. I think if they beats Georgia, I think it's his to lose at that point.
Yeah, it's a lock if he beats Georgia.
Yeah.
Why is Florida Georgia on here?
Because this is a trap game for Georgia. It's
No,
there's not a lot of good games on college football this week. I mean, you're looking at the slate right here.
Florida's bad.
This is the slate right here. I mean, if I scroll down the list, another team I throw in here would be Notre Dame versus Syracuse. And if I keep scrolling, Cincy UCF. I mean that's where we're at here. So I wanted to throw in an SEC matchup that had implications. I mean, in the off chance Georgia just fucking blows their ass out here and gets beat, that's going to look crazy bad on them. It's going to look great for Florida, who's only a 3-loss team right now.
Well, I like it because you're right. Georgia and Tennessee, they're playing until next week. So next week, that's a big game next week, right? So this is each other's trap games.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I like it.
But and the only other game I could think to throw in here would be A&M, Ole Miss, and A&M's 3-4.
Ugh.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's something to talk about there, okay? I mean, Ole Miss kind of got a little exposed last week.
And Ole Miss is only favored 2 in that contest.
Yeah, but A&M ain't exposing. A&M's not exposing anybody. That team is garbage. It was worse than Florida. A&M.
Poor Jimbo, paying all these recruits, can't win games.
Oh man, poor Jimbo. That's $95 million contract. Too bad.
I like the Florida Georgia game because it's on a neutral field. They're not playing it.
Oh,
in
it is.
Georgia.
That's right.
It's in Jacksonville, and Georgia's only favored 22.5. The fact that this is a neutral game, Georgia's looking to Tennessee, and Tennessee's looking to Georgia. Both these games kind of feel like traps, and they could be played close, hard-fought games, man. But I still like Georgia to win here, but a 22.5-point spread on a neutral field. Looking forward to Tennessee. I think Florida could cover this spread.
Biggest cocktail party in the U.S., right? That's what they say down there.
Yeah, Seth, what are your thoughts?
Georgia's going to beat Florida by like 35.
Yeah.
Florida is terrible. Anthony Richardson is not what he was made out. He was Heisman winner week 1, not so much weeks after that. Florida they're not good, man. I thought maybe they would have some fight, some hunger coming into the season after watching them the first couple weeks. Next year cannot become faster for Florida. I mean, get your recruits in there with Billy Napier, and hopefully you can turn it around.
Wow.
Agreed. Barrett, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I like Georgia. Unfortunately, probably to dominate them. I can't see 22. God, college sometimes with their spreads, man. Oof.
It's the only sport spreads like it.
Yeah. I think Georgia blows them out, right? Like, I don't see Florida competing, maybe like in the first half, but then, that Georgia defense is just going to wear them down, man.
Yeah. Cody, what are your thoughts here?
I kind of agree with the other guys. I think Georgia rolls here. Florida's bad. They got ranked early off of beating a Utah team who's not that great. So I think Florida got a bunch of momentum off beating that Utah team. I think Georgia's already had their wake up calls, and I don't think Tennessee's had that yet against a bad team. Georgia struggled a little bit with Kent State, and they really about lost to Missouri. They should have lost Missouri. Missouri absolutely blew that game. So I think they've already been woken up a little bit, as evidenced by the fact they've outscored their last 2 opponents. Was that 97-10? So I think Georgia's awake now. I think they blow by Florida, and then they focus on Tennessee after that, and that would be a great game. So I think Georgia is ready to go. They blow Florida. I think they cover that spread probably pretty easily. Not really a game. I think it's more. This game's big appeal is just it's Florida Georgia. Past that, it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I will say this: Georgia needs to put this game to bed early, so starters can rest.
Same with Tennessee, they can.
Absolutely. If one of these teams doesn't get their starters resting before the fourth quarter, it's going to be a tough game next week because
this is the CBS 2:30 game, right?
Yep.
Of course it is. The SEC on CBS.
No, I've got some thoughts on time scheduling that when we get to the OSU Kansas State game.
All right. Well, let's roll right into it. OSU, Kansas State. KSU favored 1.5. It is in Kansas. Cody, I'm gonna roll to you on this one, being the OSU fanboy here.
This is going to be quite a game. A lot's going to depend on health of the quarterbacks, obviously. Is Martinez playing? I've heard he's questionable at best. I assume he's playing. I assume that's a kind of a game, cat and mouse game being played by their coach, whose name escapes me right now. Sanders, is his shoulder okay? It looked fine last week. So we'll see how that works out. Oklahoma State obviously has lost Brandon Evers to retirement. Is Brock Martin healthy again? Wow, I didn't know he was hurt until last week at game time. Braden Johnson, Jaden Braid, are those guys healthy? Jason Taylor, is he going to be healthy to play? He's a playmaker in the secondary for us, so that's going to be a situation. Both teams healthy. I think Oklahoma State beats them by 10 to 14 points. I still think Oklahoma State wins here. They're just better, but Oklahoma State has a tendency to not win games they should. Kansas State's really good this year. But if Adrian Martinez isn't playing, I think Oklahoma State wins probably by a couple scores. I think Martinez is kind of an equalizer, but I don't think it'll matter. If Oklahoma State comes to play, I think they get the win.
Martinez will play. You know he's going to play.
I agree.
There's no way he doesn't play the number 9 ranked team.
I agree.
But Seth,
what was
are
the
your thoughts
injury?
here?
I never saw what happened.
I never saw it either.
I'm trying to find something right now.
I know TCU hurt him.
TC's been doing that to everybody.
And they hurt Will Howard, too.
Yeah. He came back to it, didn't he? He came back in the game, I thought.
I think, but I mean, they still knocked him out for a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seth, where are you going with this game here?
I've said it before. I've said it again. As long as Spencer Sanders is starting, I think OSU probably wins out their schedule and makes it to play a Big 12 championship versus TCU, which I mean, I think they're going to be there too. If he's not healthy, I don't think OSU just won't win versus these ranked teams, and that's just what it is. Spencer Sanders has, in my opinion, elevated his game this year. He's still kind of risky with that football. He still throws the picks, makes some bad decisions every once in a while, but let's just be honest, Spencer Sanders is a game changer for Oklahoma State on the field. So I think they should easily handle Kansas State, even with Martinez back.
Yep. Barrett, what are your thoughts here?
Even though, real quick, though, Jason Taylor blew his knee out for no reason on that pick. Sorry.
Oh, he did. Well, I've heard it was only a hyperextension. I've heard there was no ligament damage. I mean,
hyperextension still sucks, man.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying he may be back at some point. I mean, it was a great play, but that play was so useless to do that. But
all right,
hey,
Barrett, take it away, Barrett.
I like Oklahoma State. I think they'll cover as well.
I like it. Yep. I'm all riding on Spencer Sanders. I think he should be a Heisman finalist. I think he's playing great football. He's looking great. Sorry, I said great too many times. I like Spencer Sanders. I mean, we're talking 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, 4 picks. Obviously, it's not up there with like the big boys, but you got to factor in Sanders' leg work. This dude is not one of the only quarterbacks, but one of the best quarterbacks in terms of escaping the pocket and getting upfield for first downs. I like Spencer Sanders. If he's 100% in this game, making good decisions to win this game soundly. His leg work is too good, man. He is unbelievable leg work. And I thought Spencer Sanders, after that first game where he had like 7 total touchdowns, to me that was a Heisman guy right then and there. I was like, his leg work is advanced far from what it was last year, and it was good last year. This year's
he's smarter now. He's smarter.
A lot smarter. I've never seen anybody escape the pocket as well as he does.
Adrian Martinez versus OU right there. Look at that game. That's fucking prime example.
So Oklahoma State seems to handle running quarterbacks better than OU does. I don't know what it is or what
they've always been able to.
Oklahoma State handles running quarterbacks.
OU.
Honestly, it's just I don't know if it's athleticism on the defensive line or what, but like they just handle it better. They just always seem to handle it a little better.
Cody, what do you think about? Okay, maybe I'll be the wrong way here. What do you think about Dominic Richardson at Nixon, Ollie Gordon in?
giant Dom Richards fan. I love him to death. I don't think our scheme fits Dom Richardson. I think Dom is a great NFL back to where you want to hit a hole and go. We run these. I hate them, these slow zone run plays to where you have to find the hole. You have to find the hole, make a guy miss, and then you're gone. Which is what Nixon did on the 51-yard run, right? Like he waited, and he hit it, and he was gone. Dom doesn't have that speed or that takeoff. If you'll notice on goal line plays, Dom just hits the hole, and it's a walk and touchdown every time because he's just hitting the hole with power. He doesn't have this. He's not shifting move. Go. I love Dom, and he's great in the passing game. I think he's great in some useful situations. The offense we're running this year because of I hate our offensive coordinator this year. I don't think Dom's the guy. I think you put Jaden in, you keep Ollie Gordon in, and you let them make a guy miss, and you let them go. I just think it fits our offense better.
Jaden's a small running back.
Hey, dude.
5'10", 180.
Jaden,
I watched last week's game, and I was telling my friend at work, I said, hey, man, I don't think Robinson needs to be the starter. I think it's either got to be Nixon or Gordon. I think the offensive scheme fits him better.
I agree, and I love Dom Richardson. I'm not a Dom hater at all. I think he doesn't fit the offense we run right now. I don't think. If they would just run like powers and like, hey, hit this hole and you run over that linebacker if he's there, it'd be great. But that's not what they run right now. They run this ridiculous. I say ridiculous. It works if you have the back to do it. I just don't think he's that guy. I will say also, Washington Texas game last week. I don't know who the quarterback after Sanders is, but he's got some weapons ready to go. Those receivers played fantastic. The running backs looked fantastic.
What do you mean?
Rivers is. What do you mean? What I mean?
It's Gunnar Gundy.
It's not Gunnar Gundy.
Yeah, it's Gunnar Gundy.
It's Gunnar Gundy.
If Mike is
I
the
was
coach,
actually going to ask you
Gunnar-
that question
It's not Gunnar
because
Gundy.
you got Zane Flores coming in.
Yes.
You got Rangel sitting there, and you got the coach's son.
You asked
Gunnar
him this last time too.
Yeah, it's not Gunnar Gundy.
Yeah, I know.
Gunnar
but,
Gundy is the guy this year.
Opinions change. So I'm trying to make sure he's sticking here with what he's saying.
It's not Gunnar Gundy. This year it's Gunnar Gundy because Rangel didn't have much time on the offense. Next year it's if Spencer leaves, because everybody forgets Spencer's here said another year of eligibility. Spencer can come back another year and run it for another 2,000. Who knows? But this year it's Gundy. It is what it is. Next year it's not Gundy. I don't think.
I think Rangel transfers.
Yeah, I would think so. I think Flores might be better than Rangel. It depends. It depends on what happens with Flores and Rangel, right? If Flores beats him out, yeah, why would Rangel stick around? That would be a ridiculous situation.
I think
Gundy might transfer at some point.
Competition.
I think Gundy transfers at some point.
No way! Come on.
Yeah. He's gonna want to play at some point. He did well in the game he played. Like it's lower competition.
That's the coach. He's gonna play.
He's gonna play.
Starting quarterback.
I think Gundy is too smart. He's seen too many coaches' kids play and ruin their careers to put Gunnar Gundy in the game. And if he's the best guy, then fine. But I just don't think he's going to be. I think unless Gundy is the best guy, he won't play. If he's the best guy, he plays. But I don't think he's going to be.
What are the odds Spencer Sanders comes back though?
I think low.
I think they're pretty high.
I think he transfers out.
Really?
I think Red transfers out. I think these conversations happen all the time. No one talks about it. Coaches tell players like Spencer Sanders, and I think it happens a lot in basketball. Like, hey, I'd love to have you back, but I think you need to move on. It's best for us. It'd be best for you. I think in the long run. Because I think if he transfers out to another school, maybe it helps his NFL prospects. That he's out of the system, gets a new system, new coaches, and he can kind of show like Russell Wilson. Like there was no reason to transfer out of North Carolina State, probably not, but like he did, and it helped him out for the NFL. Now I don't think Sanders is a big NFL guy, but I think seeing him in a different jersey helps his perception in the NFL.
Like maybe go to a low tier SEC team.
I'm thinking somewhere Big Ten or Wisconsin. Maybe somewhere like that. I don't know what quarterbacks are opening next year, but like somewhere Wisconsin, maybe I don't know who's quarterback. Would Florida take Spencer Sanders right now over Anthony Richardson? I would. AR-15 is getting nowhere, right? Like
is Sean Clifford leaving? Is Sean Clifford leaving Penn State?
Maybe.
No.
Like I said, I don't know who's all open at quarterback next year, but I'm sure there's a bunch of Big Ten schools. I know a bunch of Big Ten schools. There's probably some.
Sean Clifford got another year of eligibility, so he'll probably come back.
That may be another grad transfer thing too, though.
I think he grad transfers out. I could be wrong on that. He could come back. And I'd be okay with it because honestly, there's not a backup that I'm super excited about. I'm not big on true freshmen unless they're like that guy who he's getting. He seems really solid. Rangel, I'm kind of excited about, but it's always scary. Can I just talk about the conspiracy right now to make the Big 12 irrelevant as far as TV contracts go? This is ridiculous. How is Michigan State, number 3 versus a 3 and 4 team, the primetime ABC game? When you have 2 ranked teams fighting for the top spot in the Big 12 playing. How is Michigan the primetime game? It's the same 2 weeks ago when we played TCU. We're gonna watch Clemson, Florida State. Who gives a crap? Nobody. And I know that because Oklahoma State beat them in the ratings.
The big house.
Like, why is this game the 2:30 game over Michigan State, Michigan?
The
Like, I
rivalry.
get it's a
That's
rivalry,
but it's
the
not
only
an important
reason.
Game. It's the
Nobody
only reason, though.
cares.
It's
gonna
the
be a
rivalry.
blowout. It's ridiculous. It's just the TV networks trying to pump up the Big Ten and the ACC and the SEC. If the Big 12 can kind of get out of the way, it's garbage. The Big 12 is clearly better than the ACC, and it's not close. It's not close. I get it. The SEC, Big Ten, 1, 2, 1A, 1B, whatever you call them, clearly. This ACC nonsense needs to go. Nobody cares about Wake Forest. They're not that good. Oklahoma State would run straight through Wake Forest. No, don't give me that. Don't give me that. I said this last year. I said no, Oklahoma State would run straight through Notre Dame, and they ran straight through them because Notre Dame's trash. They would run through Clemson. They wouldn't run through Clemson. I think they beat Clemson. Wake Forest is going to get short by Oklahoma State. North Carolina State, Florida State, Oklahoma State, and TCU run through all those teams. It's an absolute blowout. ACC is terrible outside of Clemson.
Clemson's not even that good.
I think Oklahoma State beats Clemson. I think it's a closer game than the other games. But I don't think Clemson gets top 4 in the Big 12 right now. This year. Just this year. Historically, it's a different situation. But I think it's a conspiracy to keep the Big 12 out of the primetime games.
Well, yeah,
games.
It is all TV contracts, right? Because the SEC gets night games every week. They have a night game basically. It's. I mean, what powerhouse team after Oklahoma and Texas league are going to be in the Big 12 that you're like that's a ratings drawing team?
So I don't disagree, but like I've seen like the top rated games this year, especially between the Big 12 and Pac-12, and it's not even close. The Big 12 is dominating the ratings. That's not including OU Texas games, and that's with games not including OU and Texas. Like they're getting draws, but they're at terrible times. So like TCU, Oklahoma State had to go against Bama, Tennessee, and they still were second leading game. They were behind that game, which is obviously Bama, Tennessee was a huge game. Like they're getting ratings. They're like, no, let's just keep them out of the prime time. Why? So you can watch Clemson, Syracuse. Well, Syracuse was actually a pretty good game. That was a big game. It was like Clemson, Florida State. It was like that's not a game anybody wants to watch. I just think it's definitely a conspiracy to try to make the Big 12 look not as legitimate as the other conferences, and it's ridiculous.
So is there an average how many games the Big 12 gets at night? Because I know Oklahoma's had one.
So on the big networks, I think on ABC and ESPN, I don't think there's been any night games. They've been on FS1 or like that. I don't think there's been any.
Oklahoma had a prime time. Oklahoma played Kansas State on a big network at night.
Was it prime time? Are you sure? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they did the light show. I remember that. We got beat down by Adrian Martinez under the lights. That was fun. But I think Big 12 only gets like 1 to 2 per team, maybe. Yeah, maybe just the top half only gets primetime games at night.
But after this game, Oklahoma State's schedule is done till OU. Really, I mean, it's like Iowa State, who could beat them, but I mean, and then OU, and then West Virginia.
Was there a path for OU to make a Big 12 championship appearance?
No.
Damn,
it's out there. It's out there.
A realistic one. A realistic one.
No. Actually,
I don't know. We're looking for a sliver
on paper.
Cody.
On paper.
Yes, there's always on paper.
I'm sure if TCU loses out, Kansas State loses out, and then Oklahoma State.
Well, really, you don't need TCU to lose out because you need Oklahoma State to lose out. You need Kansas State to lose out. Oklahoma's got to win all their games.
You need Texas to lose out or lose at least 2 more.
You're going to need all the other Big 12 to lose and Oklahoma to win, except for like TCU.
Oh, shit.
So who's OU beating in Big 12? Kansas? So Kansas, you're above Kansas.
We've only won
one
Big 12 game.
Yeah, it would be Kansas.
Yeah, it was Kansas. And you lost to who you lost? You lost to TCU, Kansas State, and Texas.
Texas.
So you need Kansas State and TCU or Texas to lose a lot of games. Texas needs to lose 2 more. But they could. They think they've got Kansas State and TCU left, I think. So they could lose 2 more.
Texas sucks.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah.
They're not good. They could, but it's a long shot. It's a long shot.
There's a couple long shots. If all those teams lose out and OU and West Virginia win out, OU and West Virginia then go to a tiebreaker to play for the Big 12. There's a lot of weird scenarios. And right now, it's very, very close. Points for currently in favor of West Virginia.
I saw a scenario this week where like the Big 12, sorry, the Big 10 West could have a 7-way tie at like 4 and 5, and let Northwestern get in the Big 10 title game. It was ridiculous. It actually had marked out who got to win, had to lose, and it was like a 7-way tie at 4 and 5 for Northwestern to get the tiebreaker. It was absolutely ridiculous.
All right. All right, I got one closing thing for you guys. And Cody, if you're a baseball guy, feel free to jump in on this. But if you're not, World Series coming up: Phillies versus Astros, Bryce Harper versus Alex Bregman, Aaron Nola versus Verlander. The Astros have not declared their starter for the World Series yet. It's most likely going to be Verlander. Could be Valdez or Garcia. I think Garcia is usually a night 2 guy or a night 3 guy, depending on how Valdez or Verlander go. But it's probably going to be Nola versus Verlander, if I had to guess.
This is in Houston, right?
Yeah, first game's in Houston. Seth, who do you like to take home this series, and who's going to be your World Series MVP?
Come on, dude. I hate the Astros. Everybody should hate the Astros. So give me the Phillies and give me that bad man Bryce Harper as the World Series MVP.
Barrett, you want to dive your nose into baseball here?
Yeah, fuck the cheaters, man. Fuck the Astros. Fuck Altuve. Altuve's having a terrible series. Yankees just couldn't hit. Shit.
Terrible playoffs.
That's what I meant. Yeah, the whole playoffs. But yeah, give me the Phillies. As far as MVP goes, I'll take Bryce Harper. Seems like a good pick.
Yep. Cody, what are your thoughts here? You dabble.
I'm gonna go with those guys. I know. I kind of know what's going on. Again, I kind of with the other guys. Fuck the cheaters. No, get them out of here. I saw a funny tweet today that said all signs point to the Astros dominating the World Series, but the Phillies are a team that say that sign doesn't apply to me because I can't read. So I thought it was funny, so I'm going with Phillies. Bryce Harper
I just want to point out that the grease did not stop the Philly fans. I don't know if you guys saw.
They got on the light poles, Vance?
They got on the light poles. They had crews out there for 2 days greasing up light poles, and they literally all over TikTok, all over the Twitter world said the grease will not stop us, and people were climbing and pulling them down. Philly fans are relentless, and if they win the World Series and Bryce Harper gets MVP, that town's gonna burn to the ground. It's gonna be insane. But my MVP is actually gonna be Kyle Schwarber. I think he dominates. Yeah, I think he dominates. He's having a great playoff run right now, and I think he continues that well into the World Series. I like Philly to win. I hope it's going 7. It's going 7. The Stros are notorious for taking this into 7. If the Stros don't blow them out, it's going 7.
I mean, the Stros got dominated by the Braves.
I don't know.
I have a question for you guys to bring it back on football a little bit. So Jalen Hurts came out as an Astros fan today. How does that go over in Philly?
He's done. He's getting traded.
Yep. They'll let him go.
Like, why even wear the hat? Why do that? Why do that?
Cut him. They'll probably just cut him.
Why would you even do that, man? Like, you're leading your team to a 6-0 start here.
Trades clicks.
And then your alternative team for a different sport goes to the World Series. You're on a Super Bowl run yourself, and you fucking roll out in a Stros hat. Like,
where's Jalen Hurts from?
From Texas, isn't he?
I thought he was from.
Dang, dude, man,
I assume it's why he's an Astros. Yeah, kind of like KD being a Texas fan for the Thunder. It's where he's from. Like, it makes sense.
Dang.
But
KD's a snake. The Thunder finally ladies and gentlemen, the Thunder pick up their first win of the season versus a PG Quilus Clippers team.
I'm okay with that win because we had the Clippers pick, so I'm okay with that win. Because they can be bad too.
Jalen Hurts is from Houston, so I guess we kind of get it.
Nah, boo.
Sure.
Kind of get it, but it is what it is. But that's all I got for you guys. Go Phillies. Go Thunder.
Phillies.
Go Saints.
Saints.
Fins up. Cowboys. Whatever. Go Cowboys. Whatever they say.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner too, dude. Let's beat Iowa State, huh? Let's salvage this.
Let's roll the conference. Roll the conference.
Let's salvage this.
Dominate
season.
Bedlam, and let's roll out here.
Dang, you hear that, Cody? Dominate Bedlam.
I expect it. It's Gundy versus OU. What do you expect? It's just-
check.
I expect
Go
Gunny to
check
get
it
a
out.
raise after this year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's
We
already
should.
on a
Give it a
lifetime
boom.
contract. Old Boone on the deathbed, dude. Just lifetime. Wicked. All right, boys. I appreciate you guys coming in. This is a long show, 2 hours. I think this is one of the longest ones we've ever done. So
Thanks, guys.
appreciate it.
Hell
I'll
yeah,
cut it
thanks
down.
for
I'll
coming
cut
in.
it down next week. I'll cut it down next week for sure.
Two is crosses, Logan. Look it up.
He don't know ball. Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, bud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Taking On Sports Podcast. As always, this is a podcast made by the fans for the fans. As you saw tonight, we bring on Cody. He's our college football fan that we love to bring on. We bring on Nick Lamb, another fan. We brought on a couple fans last year. We want to get more of you guys involved this year. So as always, just reach out, put in the comments you want to join. If we got a time slot for you, we'll get you in. That's what Cody did tonight. He hit me up mid-show. Hey, you got a time slot for me? Absolutely, dude. We'll get you in here. We're always welcome to get fans on, no matter what your take. Would love to have you. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. We will catch you on the next one.